ever on the quest for the home theatrical experience, so I appreciate the sponsor of this video. This video is brought to you by the Sony Bravia Theater Bar 8 with 11 speakers and Dolby Atmos. With the Sony Bravia Theater Bar 8 sound field optimization, sound is auto-calibrated to your room's characteristics. Important in a world where no two rooms are the same. And with 360 spatial sound mapping, it creates phantom speakers, making the sound feel bigger, giving you cinema-style surround sound. A technology so amazing, one would be forgiven for calling it magic. And of course, you can always add Sony's SA-SW3 or SA-SW5 subwoofer and SA-RS3S or SA-RS5 wireless rear speakers to complete the package, creating not just a zone, but a habitat of epic audio cinema perfection. Because you know me, I need that home theatrical experience, and I know I'm not alone in that. It's a quest that all we movie lovers take on in time. The visuals, that's just half the story. You need that epic audio. So click the link below to check out the Sony Bravia Theater Bar 8. Complete that theatrical home setup. Wow, this review is going to be more difficult than I anticipated it being. There's just a lot that happens in the movie that's not shown in the trailer. I would consider them spoilers. So if this review comes across as vague, I'm just trying to do right by you. So here we go. So Alien Romulus is a new Alien film. It's what happens when Alien Covenant comes out, then that whole Prometheus thing is just not gonna be a trilogy. This is directed by Fede Alvarez, who directed the 2013 Evil Dead. Is it Fede Alvarez or Fede Alvarez? One of those gotta be right? Right? Or not? So in Alien Romulus, we follow this new young crew who board this derelict space station. No one's around, everything's dark, it's dingy, it's creepy, there are holes in the ground. Why? What happened here? Well, we're about to find out. Well, they're about to find out. We already know. And you feel that love for the original Alien from the get-go. The tech all looks the same as all old school CRTs. That would be the tube televisions. Now, Kaylee Spaney's the lead of this film. She's the lead, she's the heart. Her and David Johnson, who plays her brother. I like the dynamic between the two. Fede Alvarez does some really interesting things with their dynamic, with their relationship. Ideologies and how to go about the situation, what's best for the situation. And David Johnson as her brother, I thought he was great. I felt he had a lot to do in the film, and I thought he stuck the landing really well. As for the crew, they're broken up into two camps here. Brash enough for you to be like, yeah, I hope you bite it, and I hope it looks amazing. Or, I'm rooting for you to get through this, but if you do bite it, I hope it looks amazing. I expected this movie to exist in a vacuum, in a bubble. I thought it was just gonna be like, yep, alien movies have happened. Here's just another thing. It's other people who just ran across the situation involving face huggers and aliens. But this movie did have moments and things where if you're an Alien fan, a fan of this universe, you're gonna catch them, you're gonna know them. And it's not Easter eggs for nostalgia bait or anything like that. It just feels like the world they're dealing with. Well, there's one thing in particular where I was like, that feels more like it, but on the other hand, I did like seeing it. And yeah, in terms of atmosphere and tone, this is definitely a film that's throwing back to the film that's patient zero in terms of inspiration for any of the sci-fi survival horror you might have enjoyed in your life. That feeling of claustrophobic dark spaces, you're in a spaceship or space station, there's no real escape. That feeling of playing Doom with no ammo, all you got is your fists. No berserk mode either. The tension, that's what this film does well. Alien Romulus is tension and anxiety in a 2-hour bottle. That comes down to the sound design too. It's really intense in here. You don't get a clear look at the alien because the people trying to hide from an alien aren't going to get a clear look at the alien. You see as much as they see, which for a large section of this movie ain't much. Less is more, that's how the original Alien did it. That's how this film does it. I appreciate it. This movie does borrow from other Alien movies, sometimes other movies in general, or pieces of entertainment, but definitely other Alien movies. There are more than a few scenarios in here where you're like, I recognize that, but it's done with a modern day twist. Example, because it was in the trailer, stuck in a room with facehuggers. They're faster, more intense, there are more of them. We saw that in Aliens. Newt and Ripley were stuck in a room with 2 facehuggers. Now these characters are stuck in a room with a bunch of facehuggers. But I gotta say, I felt the tension in Aliens, in which it was Newt and Ripley and just 2 facehuggers, more than I felt the tension in the facehugger scene in Alien Romulus. It's a bit ironic since Alien Romulus is thrown back to the less is more concept, except for facehuggers in which there are a lot more of them and they are aggressive. Am I concentrating on the facehuggers too much? Possibly. But in terms of ratio, no more than the movie did. The facehuggers were a huge threat in this film for the first half easily. And I, while watching the movie, felt like you probably feel right now, which is I'm ready to move on from the facehuggers if anyone else is. So there is one cool segment in particular that they did with the face huggers, which I've also seen in other things. For example, The Walking Dead. But this movie has, best I can say it, are environmental elements that they have to worry about also. I do think the film goes on a little too long. Like, it ends a couple times. I would have been fine with the first ending, and I was like, oh, it's still going. Because we've had one, yes. What about second ending? Right, second ending. Okay, here we go. I mean, granted, second ending is leading to some creepy shit, just visually speaking. There's a lot more body horror in this film, too, that I didn't expect, though. I mean, you could look at Alien and be like, yeah, an alien busts out of someone's chest. That's... What else was it? In ways I can't explain, more so here. It's like for second ending, this movie wanted to go bigger. Everything feels bigger. But this film was in the pocket. It was in the Goldilocks zone when it felt smaller. I do call BS on a couple things. No spoilers, though. It's kind of cheap for me to be like, I call BS, can't talk about it. That's gotta be annoying. I apologize for that. But in terms of how all this happens, I was like, really though? In the end, there are some flaws, but all in all, I enjoyed Alien Romulus. It dragged on near the end, got a bit weird with the film's creepy atmosphere, tone, and sound design. It in large part did what it set out to do, which was bring Alien back to a horror film. I don't get to say this enough, so I look for opportunities to say it. Alien Romulus is worth watching and worth buying on VHS. Alright, so Alien Romulus, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite and least favorite Alien movies? Or you can rank them if you want. Yes, include AVP if you'd like. That'd be a wild list. Alien films have had great, they've had ass. Can't wait to see what you say. Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.